Hello, Serene enthusiasts, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am thrilled to be here today. I'm bringing you back another YouTube tutorial. So this is actually a top I saw on Pinterest, and I thought it'd be cool if I recreated it for my cousin, which was going back to school earlier. So first, what I did was to draft like my basic pattern body. I just got out all my body measurements, my bust, under bust, chest line, the natural waist, and the low waist, and I think additional of 2 inches. Was it additional of 2 inches? No, I think I left it like that. Anyways, I started taking out all my measurements, all my body measurements, the circumference. I started with my yeah, so I started with my chest line measurement. I measured out what I had for the chest line for my cousin, and honestly, our measurements were the exact same as my own measurements. So I didn't really like have any problem with it or anything like that because both of us use the same measurements. Well, I just took out the chest line measurement. Heading over to the bust line measurement. I took the circumference of it to out, and I'll do that for the rest of the measurement. The under bust and the natural waist and the low waist. Actually, there is nothing like special about this measurement. You're just taking out all your measurement, and this is a top without a dart. So there's not really any issue with this top. I think it's like a very simple thing you can just try out, even though you've never tried out sewing before. Then after taking out all my measurement, I'm just going to take my ruler to connect everything. Now I'm going to first connect the chest line with the bust line, and then from the bust line to the natural waist, I'm going to be using like a curvy part because your body is not like straight. You have curves. You should take a look at yourself very well. And from the natural waist to the low waist, I'm just trying to make it visible for you guys to be able to see what I'm doing because I'm using a newspaper. Yeah, after taking that, after taking all the measurements, I'm just going to mark where I want the neckline to start from. I actually used the chest line under the neckline to start from the chest line exactly. So that was what I did, and I used 8 inches for the shoulder measurement so that it will not be falling, and I used 6 inches for how wide I want the neckline to be. I did all this so that the hand will not be falling down, but even so it was still fumbling a little bit, but it still came out good. So that will just give you an idea on what to do when you want to make the top, if you want it to be falling down or just staying still like that. And one mistake I did was that I did not slant down the shoulder. Honestly, I did that on purpose, thinking that I'll just leave it like that. But later that I was now like I should have just slanted down the shoulder. Anyways, I just connected them in a rectangle shape, and you guys know how we do the armhole. So that was the same way I just did it. Came down by 4 inches, went in by 7 inches, and connected it and connected it with my curve. So that slant that I'm making is just to my low waist. That's from my natural waist to my low waist to give it like a V shape at that down part. There's nothing special. We've done this before on this channel. Anyways, I'm just cutting them out. I'm going to cut out the neckline, which is square, and also the armhole. Yeah, So this is what it's looking at after cutting it out. I'm just going to use it to trace the back to be able
And
to,
I'm also going to label it so that I do not mix it up or anything. Now I like putting date on every draft I make, so I'll know when I made it, who I made it for, is it the first one or anything like that. Anyways, I'm just trying to manage my newspaper as the cheapskate I am. So I'm just going to manage it and use it to cut out the back. So I stopped at the natural ways for the back and just, yeah, I stopped at the natural ways there. Then I also use the chest line measurement for the back width for the neckline wideness. So it's like almost the same thing with the front. Then I'm just going to use my ruler to carefully trace everything out. I also use a rectangle neckline for this. Then I'm just going to rule out the lower part out. Then I'm cutting everything out, all the part I don't need. So yeah, this is what it's looking like after cutting it out, and I'm also going to just label everything so as not to mix it up and for future use also. Now the front and the back pattern are ready. This is just all you need for the pattern drafting. Very easy, right? Then I went over to cut it out on my fabric and cut a long strap of like two yard or more for the lacing at the back, and it's also 2 inches wide. So I'm just going to fold it like that to form a bias form. As you are seeing on the camera, we've been doing this like almost in every video. So I pinned the front because I cut it into, so I didn't have enough fabric, and I'm just going to sew it down. And yeah, let's go and do that first. And after sewing it down, I also stitched it at the front on both sides to give it like kind of a design. And I went ahead to join the both sides of the back to the front pieces, and I ironed them out. Although you cannot really tell that I ironed out because it still looks rough. I don't know, I tried my best. I think it's just the material. I'm just going to use my bias tape now to sew everything out. We've used bias on this channel very well. So if you are not clear about this part, just let me know. I'm going to use it to sew out the neckline, the armhole, and just everywhere to cover it up. Sure you notch the bias very well with the fabric so that it can relax and bring out the shape. So after fixing my boning at the back, I already have a video like that on the YouTube channel. I went ahead to use my thread and needle to sew to cover it up, because like I saw it on Pinterest like that and I thought I would try it out, but it came out actually nice and clean. So I just used the thread and needle to sew every part of it like this, as you can see in the video. It's actually easy but stressful, but it is worth it again. After sewing that, I'm just going to go to the back and I'm going to put it in like this. I'm going to put inside one of the hole like this and just twist it in with the thread like this, and I'm going to pull it out tight. Then this is my finished product after doing that. This is actually stressful, but let me tell you, it is worth it. This is the final look of the dress. I'm sorry if the quality is not that good because I didn't film this part at home. I was not actually at home when I filmed this part, but this is how we're looking at. So this is me listening it on my cousin. This is how it is. And you know, I always tell you that if you make this, if you try the project and you did not really get it like that, don't give up, don't be hard on yourself, because it's another chance for you to learn again. So yeah, you can do it, just keep on trying. So this is me listening it on her, and I feel like the lace was too big. So I just advise you guys to use like 1.5 inches wide, because the 2 inches was a little big. But I forced the way in. So this is the final result after listening to, and my cousin loved the top very well. She didn't even take it off that day, but I'm glad she loved the top, because it was just like a quick kind of DIY for me to just try on. But this is our reaction to the top. If you guys like the video and you found it helpful in any way, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on the post notification bell. And I love you all. I'll see you next time. Happy sewing. Bye.